My practicum experience this semester was very different from my experience last semester. This semester I was at Hillcrest Elementary School in Orem, and I was in Mrs. Castro's sixth grade classroom. There was a wide array of technology resources available to me in this classroom. One of the most fun technology resources available was the use of the smartboard. Every class in the school had a smartboard, and I haven't had very much exposure or time to use the smartboard, and so that was really fun for me, and I was able to really expand my knowledge and literacy of technology as I became more acquainted with that. Other technologies that were available to me were the document camera and projector that went along with that, as well as a classroom laptop. And then we had a TV with a VCR and DVD player and a CD player. So really a lot of technologies available for use. And my goal this practicum experience was to use as much technology as I could, in so much that it enhanced my lessons and truly provided for greater learning experiences for my students. Here you can see a few of the technologies that I used in an introduction lesson to the Middle Ages. On the left of the screen is me dressed up as Loudy the peasant. In the background you can see the title slide to a PowerPoint presentation that I had on the Middle Ages. This PowerPoint really helps students to learn the history of the Middle Ages and what that time period was like. I really liked the assessments that I included in the PowerPoint as they became interactive with the smartboard and provided ways for me to check the understanding of my students' learning as I went throughout my lesson. On the right of the screen is a screenshot of a virtual tour that I was able to take my students on to help them understand the vast amount of land included on a manor. This particular manor, the Haddon Hall Manor, still exists today, and this virtual tour really helped the students to better understand how massive the buildings were on the manor, including the castle and the manor house itself, along with just how many fields and peasant huts there were. The students really enjoyed this tour, and it really helped them to build their own manors in their table groups. As part of the Middle Ages unit, we also were able to do a medieval dancing lesson, and this was only able to be done as I had use of an electrical outlet that I was able to plug an iPod speaker and my iPod into so that we could dance to actual medieval sounding music that they would have used back then. This is probably one of the funnest experiences I had in the classroom because literally every student was so involved and so excited to try this new dance, and I was really hesitant thinking the boys would hate it and a lot of the girls would be embarrassed to dance, but the students seriously loved it, and it was an effective way to help them come to better understand the Middle Ages and why they used dancing and how it was used back then. This slide depicts a screenshot from a math manipulative website that I was able to use on an inquiry lesson to probability. I really like this website and how easy it is to use with the smartboard. Students can create graphs so easy as they can just touch the screen to form a bar graph as you see depicted here. Also, there are gadgets that you can click on the website that will convert the totals into percentages and different things like that. So very valuable tool, very useful for student learning. This is another one of my most memorable times in teaching. Here, these pictures show some examples of the technology that I was able to use in an inquiry lesson on seasons. For most all of the students in the class, this was their first time to be able to use meter readers and also to be exposed to solar panels. Students loved this lesson. Here you can see that the students got to use the technology themselves, which I saw them so much more engaged as they were using the technologies versus when just I would use the technologies. But students' understanding of how the Earth's tilt causes seasons was greatly enhanced as the students explored using these different technologies to see the different temperatures as the lights in the middle of the room acted as the sun and depicted varying levels of sunlight directed at different parts of the earth. Um, like I said, throughout this practicum, I really tried to use as many technologies as I possibly could, but some of the greatest things that I learned is that truly student learning is enhanced the most as students are able to use the technologies themselves in a lesson. Students love learning new technologies. It makes them feel good about learning. They feel accomplished once they've done something new. And so that was a really exciting thing for me. In some of my technology lessons, I wish that I had been a little bit more prepared myself, that I had been a little bit more acquainted with the technologies I was using, as I think that that would have really helped the lesson to go a little bit more smoothly. But as a teacher, I hope that I can keep myself up to date on what technologies there are to use in my classroom, and I also hope that I will always remember to use technologies for good, to use them for the most effective and engaging learning of my students.